How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. The market is up today. We have some big news from a big investment company that is now investing directly into crypto for the first time. And I also want to talk about two really important clocks, two clocks that kind of shape, I think, a lot of crypto and why people want to invest in crypto. Two really important things to know as an investor. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn that bell notification so you can see future videos just like this one. And check out the links underneath the video too. In case you want to trade crypto, there's a link down there to BITGET. Now, Bitcoin is up today, about 0.61% on the last 24 hours, which doesn't sound like a ton, but the overall market is down. NASDAQ down 0.74% right now. So this is a nice outperformance. And you can see the overall market's up 0.04%. So Bitcoin dominance is moving up. Now, I think there's something really important happening right now. There's just a lot of support for cryptos in general, and a lot of companies, nations, investment firms are hedging. They see what Bitcoin offers, and they want to have some exposure to it. They can't be left out of it because there's so much money to be made. Now, we just got news that Bitcoin Adoption Fund is launching by Japan's $500 billion Nomura Bank. The Bitcoin Adoption Fund will have long-only exposure to Bitcoin and will be available to institutional investors. The official announcement noted that Bitcoin-based fund will be the first in a range of digital adoption investment solutions that the firm plans to introduce. So it could come for Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, all these other types of investments as well. Nomura is a Japanese financial giant with over $500 billion worth of assets and offers brokerage services to leading institutional investors. The Bitcoin fund, launched by its digital asset arm, will now offer investors direct exposure to Bitcoin. So again, it sounds like direct exposure. That sounds like probably they're just buying spot. It offers long-only exposure to Bitcoin. The financial giant has chosen Komeinu as its regulated custody partner. The Bitcoin fund is a portion of Laser Digital Fund's segregated portfolio company that has been registered as a mutual fund in accordance with the Cayman Islands Regulatory Authority. Now, they say that Bitcoin is one of the enablers of this long-lasting transformational change, and the long-term exposure to Bitcoin offers a solution for investors to capture this macro trend. This is, I think, pretty interesting, pretty good. Obviously, you need to actually have inflows, right? News like this is great. Same thing as if we get spot ETF. News like that is great and will probably push up price in the short term. Obviously, spot's bigger than this. But what really is important is when the adoption happens. It matters when Bitcoin's starting to be bought up by institutions. It matters when people start putting in their 401ks and in their pension plans. And I think those are the huge moments that push Bitcoin up. But even just a small percentage, obviously, towards Bitcoin would be significant. Right, $1 billion in Bitcoin. It's going to move up the price a lot because it is a liquid market right now. And I think part of the reason Bitcoin's moving up is due to this news. And part of it could just be because we're in an illiquid market. And sometimes we go up and down a little bit, chop sideways, flush out longs, flush out shorts. And we've seen a little bit of that recently. Now, I want to talk to you about two really crazy clocks, two really important things that are counting down right now and counting up in a way, and why Bitcoin is so important. Now, before going any further, I want to talk to you about a really cool project, Solidus AI Tech. Now, why are they so cool? Because they're actually producing something in the real world. They have a real product. They have an 8,000-foot eco-friendly high-performance data center. They already launched their AI token, which is on a lot of exchanges already. Some of their partners, Gate.io, Mexi, BitGet, Bitmart, PancakeSwap. It doesn't happen that fast usually. Usually it's just one at a time. The market cap right now, the circulating market cap, is 1.66 million. They have a variety of airdrops and giveaways going on right now. They have 5,000 in AI Tech and EJS. They're giving away $150,000, a massive 7,100,000 AI Tech giveaway exclusive for gold and diamond tier members. They have something big coming next week, some big major announcement. They recommend staking your AI Tech token, maybe airdrop for stakers or something. I'm not exactly sure. Unlike a lot of other projects, they actually have the partnerships that they talk about, like the partnerships, some of their exchanges that they're working with, their partners and backers, Binance Smart Chain, NVIDIA, some of these larger companies. You can see that because they're actually doing AMAs like with Certic AMA with AI Tech. They also have a Gate.io, a recent AMA as well. So they have a lot of stuff going for them right now. They have a lot of big partnerships. They have contests. They're on a lot of big exchanges. They are a relatively small circulating market cap. And you can also get a decent yield too if you stake. Now, I will say, this is a partner of the channel. Always do your own research. I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything, but I think it's definitely a crypto that you want to pay attention to. You can check out their links underneath the video. Now, over the coming years, when Bitcoin goes up, when the whole market goes up, people will be asking you, what gives Bitcoin any value? And this is what they did in the past, right? There's always going to be people that finally come to Bitcoin, and you're going to have to explain over and over why you believe in cryptocurrency, which is an interesting thing to do to a lot of different people that have different experiences. But I think you could point them to two clocks. Here's the US debt clock. It continues to go up. $33 trillion just passed a few days ago. Now it's already at 33 trillion, 41 billion. This continues to go up minute by minute. We're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. The debt per citizen is always moving up. The question is, how are we going to pay for this? Right? How is the government going to pay for this? Well, oftentimes they go and print more money. They try to stimulate the economy to then get GDP to raise, or just to get this debt to be worth less. That's what they've done for a long time. And you can see that whenever they need some money, they just go and print more money. They go into more debt. You can see this last spike is significant, adding about 30%, 30 to 40% in national debt. This is back. It ends in like 2008. Since this point, we 3.5x'd our debt, almost 4x'd our debt over the last 15 years. That's something that we have not seen before. We haven't seen a 4x in 15 years before. I can tell you that much. Last time, if we just look at this chart, to go from 2 to 8, you can see here, 1985 all the way to 2003, 2004. So it used to take longer. It used to take 20 years to 4x. Now it's taking 15. How much shorter is that period going to get? I mean, we continue to print more and more money at a faster and faster rate. And it's not just us. The whole world is kind of screwed up. Public debt to GDP ratio is 92% for the US. It's not much better for China, 81%. Japan's 300%. Germany, 80%. UK, 110%. India, 96%. France, 128%. Italy, 172%. All these countries have problems, and they continue to print more and more money. People in politics continue to print more and more money because they want to get things passed so that people vote for them. If they can put $1 in your pocket, they can stay in office. So that is a problem for a lot of people, because a lot of people keep their money in cash. They keep a lot of their money in physical cash or cash at the bank. They get 1% on a CD. Now they're getting more like 4 or 5%. But a couple of years ago, 1-2% in a CD. People are investing in bonds, paying a couple percent. People buy annuities. They do all kinds of stuff when they really need to be keeping up with some of these debt levels with inflation, because it's basically robbing them. Now, the problem with dollars is, again, they'll always inflate them. They're not hard money. They don't become more valuable over time. They don't get more rare. They become less rare. They become worth less over time. So you really need to spend. Otherwise, you're going to spend a lot more in a few years. Compare that to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has this halving clock. Instead of counting up, it's always counting down. We always are getting closer and closer to the next halving, which cuts the reward in half. There are a lot of valuable principles to Bitcoin, which I've laid out in previous videos. Actually, I'll put a playlist here, somewhere up here, so that you can check out a beginner playlist for cryptocurrency and for investing. There I talk about some of the principles of Bitcoin too, but one of them is the Bitcoin halving. The reward continues to get halved, which means that it continues to get more and more rare to be able to get more and more Bitcoin. People accumulate, people lose Bitcoin even. There's less and less Bitcoin all the time right now, and we're getting closer to the next halving. That means basically Bitcoin becomes more and more scarce minute by minute. If you just average it out, it becomes more and more scarce. It's the opposite of the world clock. The U.S. national debt continues to go up. Bitcoin rarity continues to go up, and the amount of Bitcoin continues to go down. So that's one of the principles of investing in Bitcoin that you need to know. That's one of the reasons that a lot of people are bullish on Bitcoin is there's a finite amount. We know exactly what it's going to be 100 years into the future, and no one can change it. No politician can come in and try to print more money or to make some stupid bill or to go fight a war somewhere where we shouldn't be. Now, I'm not saying there are any wars like that going on, but obviously we spend money in a variety of ways, and there's a lot of fat that could be trimmed. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.